We are going to do another subtle, beautiful shot with one light. This is a glamour shot. Shayla is back here in her bikini, and we're going to create something that could be a fine art photo. And so the key to this is light from two sides, but we only need one light to pull this off. So our key light is right over here. This is our Rotolux. It's a square softbox with a grid, so that's really controlling the spread of light. So we're going to get some spill on the background. That's okay. We want to see some of that blue, but it's really keeping things directional. On the other side here, we have this silver panel. So this silver foil panel is going to reflect a lot of light. And because it's silver, it is specular. And so that means it's going to be as punchy as possible. And so we are going to have light that's brighter on one side than the other, but that's okay. Because we sort of have light coming from two different directions at a 90-degree angle, what's going to happen is right here along her arm and her leg, it's going to be a dark line. So we'll have light to dark to light. And so when she moves, it's going to create those shapes and textures that we really want. And so we're going to have her doing all kinds of cool poses, and those poses are going to show up because of the way we have been lighting everything. So the metering for this is a little bit weird. And so let me explain that. So normally with one light, you would light to the light itself. So if I do that though, I'm getting a value of F13. So let me just show you on the meter here, we have F13. And if I shoot at F13, well, let me just show you. So I'm gonna go over here, set my camera to F13, and then I am going to, you don't have to do your crouching tiger, hidden pose, whatever, you can just stand right there. So I'm going to shoot this at F13, and it looks okay. I'll hide this little tethered bar. It looks okay, but we don't really see the bounce. It looks underexposed a bit. That's because of the way this lighting setup is. What we have to do is we have to meter for the shadows, not the highlights. We want to preserve the shadows. And so to do that, instead of metering to the light, we meter to the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Lumisphere and point it where my camera is going to be, not where the light is. So I'm going to sort of bend down here, take that, we'll meter this a couple times. And yeah, so this is metering at F8. F8. So that is a significant difference between F13. And so what we'll do here is I'm going to go in here and shoot this at F8, and we can compare those two shots. So try to do the same exact pose that you did before, which is that exactly. I'll take that shot. Now what we can do, look at this shot. When we look at this in the computer, I'll pop out these panels. Notice now you can see that we have a highlight on this side. We have that shadow that we were talking about right there. And then we have the highlight on the other side. So this line is going to move with her arm and with her body. And so if we show these side by side here, you can see that on this one, you can't really see that line. On this one, you can. This one is a little dark. This one looks really amazing. And also with these, you're probably going to be doing some post-production. So it's okay to have we want to expose to the right side of the histogram is what we want to do with this. We want to be able to do maximum post-production. Okay, let's review. We have a medium-sized softbox with the grid controlling the light at a 90-degree angle from the camera, silver reflector, bouncing stuff in. We've metered to the camera, which is metering for the shadows, and then that way the highlights will be a little hot, but we're going to get something that's really cool. Let's talk about the pose. So we looked at some photos that I'd taken in the past, and we found a cool pose, and so Shayla's going to try to do this. She's going to try to get up on her toes. So balance is really difficult to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to count to 3. She's going to get up on her toes. I'm going to take a shot, and then we'll do that until we get a shot that works. So we're going to sort of slow down. I'm going to come back a little bit. And are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, you're ready. I think I'm ready. And 1, 2, 3. And I missed it a little bit. Take about 2 small steps back. There we go. I was getting the edge of the paper there. So hold that right there. Just look down again. Hold that, hold that. Don't even go up on your toes yet. And then on the count of 3, I want you to go up on your toes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Ooh, ooh, look at this. That is so cool. So we have this shot that really, really looks beautiful. If we go back, we can see another shot that I really like, and then the original shot. So I have 3 options here to choose from. I can then go in and do some post-production, change the color. I can add some gradients if I want to. I can convert this to black and white. I can do whatever I want with these photos, and I think they're just really, really beautiful. Okay, so what we're gonna do now that we've seen how this works is we're gonna go one last look around at all the different angles. And so are you ready? We're gonna do our last looks.